What's up, everyone? I hope you're doing well. The Last of Us episode 7 just came out. This is going to be a spoiler review, so make sure you watch the episode, but make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Let's get right into it.
Be careful.
Alright, I just got done watching the episode, and I want to be clear before we start, I have never played this DLC, which this episode is basically based on, which is called Left Behind. So this episode is all new stuff to me. I've never met Riley's character in the game. I was going to play it, but I never have found the chance. But this episode made me want to play it, so I'll probably play it sooner or later. But we start off with the continuation of the last episode. Pedro Pascal has the knife injury. We're in the garage from like the game where they're in it. Pedro Pascal is really selling this knife injury, because it's probably pretty brutal, but it's definitely not as brutal as the one injury in the game, like I said in the last video. But he's selling it, and Ellie is about to leave Joel, and then we go back into the past when Ellie is in some type of holding. I guess this is some type of like camp, army camp kind of thing for the kids, like we saw in episode 1. That's where she is ended up in her room and all that, so I guess that's where she is. She's basically getting bullied by this one girl, and we don't have Riley's character here to protect her, so she's basically getting bullied, and then she punches her back, and we learn that the girl who's bullying Ellie has to get like 15 stitches, so Ellie did the job. She can protect herself out there. We don't have to worry about her. And she's basically in her room after talking with the top guy at the camp. She goes back to her room, and then we finally meet Riley, who is played by Storm Reed, and she's basically been gone for 3 weeks, we learn. And that's a lot of time. Basically, when you're in isolation like this, and Ellie's just by herself with no other friends, that's a long time to not communicate with your friend, knowing they're dead or alive in like a post-apocalyptic world like this. So it's kind of scary to think about. We learn that Riley has joined the Fireflies, which is pretty interesting. And then Ellie and Riley basically go out for the night, go out exploring and all that. They're on the rooftops. They're in a building, see a dead guy. That's basically Ellie's first sighting of a dead person. That's what we see. And they go to actually the mall, which they thought was closed off, but they're in there. And it was kind of magical once we get into the mall. It was really magical to see all the lights turn on, because it's all lit up, all the surroundings lit up, but it's all destroyed in the inside. And it's basically like, it reminded me like the light shines through the darkness, because there's so much darkness in this world, but the light shines through, not just emotional, but like actual light. Like there's happiness in this world, like we saw in last episode with the community. Tommy's trying to find happiness, and this showed it, in my opinion. The lights are shining through all the darkness in the mall. We see all the stores are lit up. Half of the stores are looted, half of them aren't because the government stopped people. And then we see Ellie's first sighting of an escalator. She calls it electric stairs, which was pretty funny. I guess that's what I would call it when I first see an escalator, because I don't know what it was, but that was pretty funny. Electric stairs. She's going down it like Buddy the Elf from Elf would go down it. She was just sliding down it each different way each time. It was pretty funny. Then when Take On Me started playing, that was cool. I started vibing during that, and it felt like I was watching a happy show when that started playing. It felt like just such a fun show for this, like for a whole 20 minutes. It felt peaceful in my opinion, and the carousel scene was also great. As I said, I've never seen any of these scenes before, so it was great. The lighting in this episode, ooh, fantastic lighting. Oh my gosh. The photo booth part was short. I would have liked to see more in the photo booth and all that, more chemistry going on in there, but it was good. And we're in the arcade, they're playing Mortal Kombat, and then the slow camera movement to like the different parts of the mall, and we go to the darker parts where the Halloween section is, and you have that one infected in the wall. That was brilliant. That little slow camera movement into that part, that was just amazing camera movement right there. I really did like that. That's a way to like show intenseness in a scene, and that really got goosebumps on my skin from that. And then they do start playing. They go into the infected area after fighting for a little bit, and then we actually do get more chemistry. They actually do kiss, because I guess it's like a romance kind of thing that was starting to build before you know what happens to Riley. And then the infected comes out, and Ellie kills it. We think that no one was bit, but Ellie shows that she was bit, And then we learn that Riley was bit. So Riley and Ellie basically don't know that Ellie was, in fact, like not able to get infected. She is basically the cure of all this. They didn't know. So it's actually pretty emotional for both of them right now. Then we get flashbacks. We go flash forward, all that kind of stuff of Ellie deciding to save Joel and not leave. But I felt like this episode was pretty great. It's a great emotional episode where it's kind of like a flashback and nothing really more except those little scenes with Joel. But I thought it was actually a pretty great episode. Storm Reed gives an amazing performance as Riley. I don't know who Riley is in the game, but she really sold it here in my opinion. Storm Reed is just amazing and missing if you saw that from this year. So she's just getting better and better as an actress, and I enjoyed her a lot in this episode. I'd like to see more of what Riley and Ellie's friendship were before this time. That would be really cool to explore. I don't know if they'll do that though. But this is how The Last of Us gets you, I think. It's brilliant how they build you up with some happy and peaceful moments like in the mall, the carousel scenes. But they slowly descend and basically destroy you with the death scene. And that's basically what happened to Riley. Even though that Riley thought Ellie was also going to die, but she didn't because she's basically the cure. But overall, like I said, great episode, great emotional episode. Not like the best of the episodes, but I had a really good time watching this one. Let me know what you guys thought down below. But that's basically it for my spoiler review of this episode. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.